Hey, what's up everybody? This is Damron. We're playing Gears 5, part of my Master Escape Guides. This brings us to the map, The Warren. This level is very challenging. So let's look at the modifiers we have in this level. We've got Shock Juvies, so melee attacks from Juvies cause Shock Chain. You have Ghost Juvies, so Juvies that are close to you will cloak. You have Melee Resistant Juvies, so the Juvies take less damage from melee attacks, and the Juvies have increased health. So the Juvies are your problem in this level. We also have some usual suspects, more health, more lethal, and Iron Man. As I've mentioned in some of the previous guides, we're obviously doing these with no exploits, no cheats. We're doing them straight up. So the characters that we're bringing into this map, we've got Lizzie, we have Keegan, and we have Cole. Cole is a must, and as I've mentioned as well, when they come out with Operation 5, they said they're going to separate characters from abilities. So the abilities that are associated with these characters are the ones you want to bring into this map. So the beginning of this map is probably one of the most challenging parts because you don't have any ammo or guns yet, and you really just gotta try to survive. This is very challenging because the Juvies are tough to kill, and what you want to do is have the player who's playing Cole and or using that ability in the future, you know, do the melee bash ability, because while the melee itself doesn't do that much damage, when you do finally get the explosion on them, so when you finally get that last dash ability on one that will make them explode, that explosion damage still counts as normal. It's not really considered melee damage. So right now, me and Keegan are just trying to survive, right, while Hotshot's just blowing up all these Juvies. And eventually, you're going to have some drones that come up behind you. So we want to go ahead and take them out, and we can also grab their weapons, which will help, obviously, in the future. Also, as I've mentioned in some of the previous guides, knowing the triple melee kill is pretty critical to a lot of these master runs, which is just the triple melee. A lot of the times, you can't do it on the hunters. They'll melee through. But it's basically a melee, and then hold melee, and it's going to stun them. And when you stun them, then you can just use them and, you know, pick them up and use them as a meat shield, and it's an instant death. Obviously, that torque bow is going to be good for Keegan to grab. As you saw there's that shock damage, so he got meleeed, but he was running away. He didn't get hit, but he actually went down from the shock damage from the Juvie itself. So the Juvies in this mission are just relentless, and they're going to keep coming, and you're not in the biggest problem in the beginning of this mission is you just don't have ammo. You're really going to have to rely on Cole getting that explosive melee to be able to take out enough of the Juvies so you can advance forward. It's very tough. It's kind of frustrating. This is a very tough map. So right now, you know, what we're just trying to do is survive, get enough enemies killed that we can kind of make our way forward a little bit and go up this ramp. You don't want to advance too quickly and trigger too many, you know, Juvies to attack your squad at once. You want to try to keep the amount of Juvies that are kind of attacking you as minimal as possible. So don't feel too rushed to head forward. Just kind of take your time, kill all the Juvies as they come. Don't rush too fast, or you'll eventually just get overwhelmed. So you can see what he's just trying to do. He's just trying to keep doing the dash and, you know, bash ability, which is just kind of sprinting forward a little bit and then pressing melee, and eventually you'll be able to get the final hit on them. And when you do that with Cole with the right abilities, you're going to be able to make them explode, and that explosion damages all enemies that are around them. So generally, if you have a bunch of Juvies around, if you can just get that explosive shot off, right, then you're going to do a decent amount of damage to all the Juvies that are around, and then you can start kind of doing the dash explosion on several of them. So once we kind of finally get up to the right hand side and get to the safe room, there is a sniper rifle as well as a bunch of ammo boxes, so we're going to grab all of that. There's also a boom shot in here, so make sure that Keegan picks up that boom shot. So now I've got a sniper rifle. Obviously Hotshot's doing his thing with Cole, and Keegan has a boom shot. So, you know, till you get to this point, it's just about survival. Once you get to this point, it'll open up a little bit for you. It'll become a little bit easier, right? Lizzie has her freezing ability, so I can kind of pepper people with the hammer burst, and now I'm going to be able to help Cole out a little bit. One, by bringing their health down closer to when he can make them explode, and also I'll be able to freeze certain enemies that have their health low. So you can see, again, we heard some Juvies, so we decided to slow down. Go ahead and take them out. You don't want to keep pushing forward and have a bunch of Juvies coming behind you and a bunch of Juvies in front of you. That's the last thing that you want to do. So once we move up here, we're going to head across this bridge. You know, Keegan dropped a little bit of ammo for us. So now we're going to go ahead and push forward. We're going to head over to the right-hand side, and there's going to be a bunch of enemies over here. Cole's going to use his ultimate ability at this point and just kill all of them, make short work of that, and we don't have to worry about them. So that's an easy way to take out all of them and keep moving forward pretty quickly. Once you get across that bridge, I don't even know if it's a bridge or just a walkway, on the right-hand side is another, you know, ammo room, so we're going to be able to get a little bit more ammo for all of our weapons. I think there's also another boom shot in here. I can't tell on the right hand side if that's a boom shot or not, but if if it is and you need more ammo with Keegan, I think that's a boom shot over there. Also some shot grenades as well, so feel free to grab those. It's going to help us in the future. When you have a bunch of juvies in your way, just dropping a shot grenades can sometimes, you know, save you, because the shot grenades will still do normal damage. So you can see now I'm kind of helping Cole out just by peppering from a distance. Sometimes I'll be able to freeze enemies, but more importantly, I'll be able to damage the enemies a little bit and make it easier for him to make them explode. And then obviously now that Keegan has the boom shot, he's going to have that bleed damage. You know, it's still 25% at max, the 25% bleed damage, but nonetheless it's very helpful. Once you get into this room, this is where Lizzie wants to use her ultimate. You really want to, I actually don't really do a good job here. You want to pop it a little sooner, and your goal is to try to take out as many juvies as possible. Don't rush up like I did. I'm looking at the ground, unfortunately. If I had been looking up, I wouldn't have come up this far, because now I'm getting, you know, frozen by this cryo scion. If I'd stayed back, you know, I would have been able to do a lot more damage to the scion. Unfortunately, I was only able to take like half of his health down before he froze me again and ends up downing me. So you can clean this part up a lot if you know, keep your head up and don't look at the ground with Lizzie, you know. But hey, look, I got to keep it trashy. It's what I do. But you know, keep your eyes up there, stay back a little bit, don't rush up there with her, and you should be able to at least take down that scion, and then you might have a little bit more health left to take out more juvies and take out a couple of the drones and snipers that are in the back there. But nonetheless, we'll get through this. So we kind of had a little hiccup here, so we're just trying to gather our senses. You can see Cole is using his ability again to take out whatever he can. So I'm going to kind of come up in this perch here and just kind of hang out and take out these guys with my sniper as I can and finish these last guys off. These are the last guys before we can kind of run to the safe room. So I went ahead and downed that guy. I'm not sure how that wasn't a headshot, but nonetheless, went ahead and downed him. Now we can kind of jump over this last barrier. There's one more drone up there that Cole's going to finish off, and we can head forward. Now a few juvies will spawn behind you once you get at this point. You can see they spawned here. Cole's going to go ahead and finish them off. You could just run into the safe room and hit the door, but you know, Hotshot's got a flex, show you guys how good he is, right? So we'll let him do his thing, blow these guys up, and it will show you, see, so when he does get to the point where he blows them up, you can see that that explosion damage actually still does the normal amount of damage to the surrounding enemies. So that's good to know. You know, that's really one of the keys to this level, is using that ability, because this is a very challenging level, especially right in the beginning when you just have no ammo and you don't have any abilities, and the juvies on this mission are just something to deal with. So we're gonna go ahead and speed up this little checkpoint here. You can go ahead and grab some ammo. There's a flashbang in there as well if someone wants to grab that. And we're kind of moving on into the second act of this particular hive. So you know, this one is tough. You know, I really think it's one of the more challenging ones. So once we get right out of the doorway, you're actually going to be in a very large room. There's going to be a scion across the way. There's going to be a couple sniper rifle drones, and there's going to be a couple, you know, just normal drones with claws and those type of enemies, as well as once you kind of alert the room, you're going to have your favorite, the juvies, kind of coming into the picture. So this map is just tough. You know, here we go, got a juvie on us behind us, so I'm going to move up here, and hopefully we'll kind of just pepper him down. Again, with Lizzie, having that freezing card on is pretty critical. It's going to allow you, once they get below 25% health, you know, you can kind of get an extra shot on them and freeze them. That's going to at least keep them off you, see right there, and then it'll just take one shot to finish them off. So ideally you have Cole kind of focusing on the drones, but as always, the other guys, you really got to keep an eye out for them, because the juvies, ironically, you know, tend to be the weakest character in this game, but the juvies on this level are what are going to kill you. They're what's going to stop you from beating this level. So I've moved to the right hand side. I'm going to try to take out these snipers over here in the distance. So there's one down. Looks like Malicious took out one of the drones. So we're going to go ahead and push up the right hand side here once everybody's kind of in the clear, because once you push up, you're going to trigger some more juvies. As always, there's just juvies on this level. So we're pushing up, and we're going to go all the way across, and we can use another little perch all the way on the opposite side of where we were, and that's actually going to be how we're going to progress. So let's move up here, and we're going to have a safe room on the left as well as on the right. On the right hand side, we'll go in here, we'll grab some more ammo. And actually, so those are the juvies that we triggered by heading up here. So I'm just peppering him with the hammer burst, helping out Cole, who's just going to keep on meleeing until he can get that explosion. Unfortunately, we had one of them coming here with us, so we just said, "All right, man, you're on your own." Close the door, let him be. So I saw that mulcher though. You can pick up that mulcher as well and help him out. So go ahead and pick up the extra ammo in here. There's also a buzzkill if you want to grab it. It's not that beneficial, but you know, nonetheless, this mulcher can help. You know, out here you can kind of help out with the juvies as well. Maybe not leave Cole all by himself. So I'm gonna hop out here and kind of get some additional shots on him. But Hotshot's a beast, so we don't have to worry.
I'm on your side.
So we're cleaning up the last juvies here. We just got a couple more to take care of. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the other ammo room that's to our right now. And we're actually going to use that ammo room to progress. It's one of the few levels, if not the only level, that you actually have to go through an ammo room to progress the level. But when you open this safe room over here, there's going to be some juvies in here. So be ready for that. There's going to be a couple juvies that you have to kill that are actually inside the ammo room itself. And then once we take out them, we're actually going to go up the ramp that you see right in front of us. There's going to be another door at the other side of this ammo room. And that's how we're going to kind of progress on to the rest of this act. So be sure you grab this ammo as you need. Fill up your sniper rifle. Fill up that hammer burst. Keep your ammo full. You know, make sure Cole's doing his thing. And then Keegan's obviously getting any grenades and all the drop shot and explosive ammo that you could find. So once you get out of that safe room, we're going to immediately turn to the left hand side, and we're going to have some more juvies to deal with. So here we go again, Cole doing his thing, and I'm just peppering with my hammer burst in the distance. Alright, don't want to use, this is where I was talking earlier, when there's a bunch of juvies, the shot grenade can help you out a little bit there. So it helped probably take down their health a little bit, but as you can see, once Cole gets that explosive melee off, it's critical. I mean, it's critical to taking out those juvies fast and efficiently, getting that melee explosion off. I can't say that enough. So we're gonna keep doing our thing. Just keep taking out these juvies. Take your time. As I mentioned, you don't want to rush this. You don't want to just start sprinting forward and trigger a bunch of juvies to come at you. You know, that's going to cause you more problems than not. It's better to just, once you get a spawn of juvies in, take your time, take them out, and then progress forward. So once we take them out, we're ready to move on. So we're just going to head straight forward this way, getting a little bit more ammo from Keegan. But we're going to head straight forward, and we're actually almost to the end of the mission. This is a tough mission. I mean, this was really challenging to deal with these juvies, and stay alive. It's almost like a map of just sheer survival. So we're going to sprint into this room here, and we're into another pretty large room. And we've got more juvies to deal with. We're going to have a couple scions and a lot of drones in this room. So again, we're just kind of same strategy. This is all about, Cole murdering, and, Lizzie's trying to help out. And Keegan's going to use that drop shot whenever he finds a scenario beneficial. You see that I do have my ability here, but you really want to save Lizzie's ability for the final fight at the door, because a bunch of juvies are going to come through that doorway, and that's going to be really too much for even Cole to deal with. So do not use Lizzie's ability in this room. We're gonna save it for the final section. Okay, so we're just going to take our time. Once again, the Venom is not a big issue, right? We got plenty of time. don't worry, just take your time, take out the juvies, take out the drones, and slowly advance up. This particular exit looks a lot closer than it really is. There's still a bunch of drones and sniper enemies in front of us, more than you think. So don't be tricked that the exit is right there. There's still a bunch of drone enemies to deal with. So I'm going to try to snipe them as I can. And, you know, the headshot sniper, even active reload on this level, is not going to be enough to kill those elite drones. We got a little surprised. There was still a claw to our left that took us down. Keep in mind with update 4, the claws are less dangerous, do less damage, and they're less accurate than they used to be. So you shouldn't be down as fast as we got down right there. So keep that in mind. Once he picked us up, we're just sprinting to the doorway, and we're going to hit this switch. And now this is where you're going to use Lizzie's ultimate. Obviously wait a little bit before you activate it. You know, and then stand in the middle and just take out as many of the juvies as you can with Lizzie's ultimate. Don't worry about the drone enemies. You know, Keegan is obviously helping out with the explosives, the boom shot. He saved as much ammo as he could for this area. He can even just shoot the silverback as I'm here, right? He just shot that silverback last time and just blew up half the juvies that were surrounding me. But you can see a bunch of juvies come through that doorway. So you really want to save some boom shot ammo, and you really want to save this Lizzie's ultimate for this section, for this ending. It's a very tough ending. A lot of juvies come through that door, and you can't just use your guns because of their increased resistance. So this is a very challenging map. I hope you guys find this guide helpful. I hope you beat the Warren. It's a tough map, but it's very fun. I hope you guys are liking these guides, and hopefully I'll see you in the next Gears 5 escape map on Master difficulty.